Why do companies approach you to help them with their team performance?
Because they realize that their teams are not operating as efficiently, as collaboratively, and as effectively as they should.
What types of challenges are they most often experiencing?
There are different types of challenges. It may be conflict within the team. It may be a new team that has come together and needs to work more effectively together, needs to bond and gel. It may be a leadership team. There may be disagreements among the team or lack of clarity and alignment within the direction of the company. So it can be an executive team that I would work with in order to help them get that clarity.
Do companies always realize they need help with their team performance, or do they tend to approach you initially regarding other challenges?
Very often regarding other challenges. So they don't always see that there's a team component issue. They think that it's one person or another person, or maybe it's just the manager. When I start to do my research and start to talk to a few people in the company, it becomes clearly evident that it's not just a person or two people. There's something a little bit beyond that, a little bit deeper. And very often it's got to do with the culture of the team itself. And that's what we start focusing on.
Do you have a specific process you use to help companies improve their team performance?
The process that I use consists of 3 phases. And the first phase begins with creating a team mindset for excellence. Without the team having this mindset of engagement, of alignment, of confidence, of unity, of collaboration, and of working together, there's no use having a kumbaya type of session where there's a bit of a rah-rah and people feel good, and nothing really is going to change the next day when they come to work because the core issues are still there. So the first phase is around the mindset, getting them to look at themselves differently, getting them to see their team members differently, getting them more aligned with what they're about to achieve and what is required and expected of them. And only then we move to the second phase. And the second phase is practical tools and strategies on how to relate to one another, how to work more effectively with one another, how to deal with conflict if it arises. And then we move on to the third phase. And the third phase is making sure that the managers of those teams have the tools and techniques on how to ensure that the momentum is sustained.
What results do your customers typically realize?
Significant improvement in productivity. What happens is that they have a different team. People gel, people align, people relate to one another, and people are way more committed to the goals of the team than they were before. Another thing that is clearly evident is that the rules of engagement, which were part of the process that I initiate, are very, very clear. The team have agreed on exactly how they will relate to each other and what the consequences will be if they don't. So what happens now is the team becomes self-managing instead of someone from the outside having to manage them the whole time and get them to do what they're supposed to do. So they start to monitor one another and also support one another when someone's down in order to help them come up. Very, very powerful process, and it always works.